What a reminder that we don't see enough. That everybody's just scared. We're not trying to be horrible to each other for any other reason than fear.
It's the lower chakras, and the calmer we can be, and the kinder. Tom and I were talking the other day. I said, he said, sometimes I lose hope. I said, well, me too. I said, but think about this. I'm in public, and you say one kind thing to someone, you don't know that their guidance, the people that love and watch them who are on the other side, didn't spend a week trying to get them in your presence because they knew that you would say one sentence that would change the cellular structure of their body and allow more light in. You don't know if you're depressed and suicidal, that in 10 seconds, something's not going to happen to change that to hope. You don't know. That is why it's essential that we find calmness for ourselves and kindness for others. Cool head, warm heart. I aspire to that. Do I always do it? No, I don't. But I aspire to it, and I think most people do too. I joke about I love Montana because in Montana, and I've had this experience in Montana, if you leave your wallet in the grocery cart, you get in your car, you go, oh my God. You go back into the store and there'll be 3 people standing around the cart guarding it for you. I've had
Wow.
that experience. Why is that? I think it's because this is a libertarian state and there are 1 million people and 5 million deer, kind of like New Zealand. We have room to spread out and to grow, but the value system, I have never lived anywhere where you meet people that are maybe 20 and they are a 5th generation Montanan. Really? Really? But I harp on Montana because I never expected to live here. It's the last place I would have expected. I probably couldn't find it on the map. I don't know. Dumb idiot in Alabama. I don't know. But wherever you are, you can find special, divine things about where you live. I hope. I hope. And if not, you just might be having one of those lives. God help you. I don't know what to say. That disturbs me. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but now it's out. Now it's on. My new age community, the people that tease the holy hell out of me. Sully, don't you realize how powerful people are, that they are gods incarnate? No, I don't. I don't. I don't like to use the word power. Here's what a friend of mine said, one of my new age goddesses, I call them, they're just divine. She said, I don't know if any of y'all are old enough to remember, there was what was her name? Shirley something, and she had a puppet named Lamb Chop. This was back in the 60s. And she had stage fright, and she had somebody say to her who didn't have stage fright, just imagine every time you go on stage, you go, they don't know how lucky they are to be in my presence. And I said to my friend, what the hell? I would never say that. That's just not who I am. Well, Zoli, try. I said, no. Well, don't you know you're powerful? I said, no. And I don't want to be because all power to me comes from divinity, comes from God. I know what she's saying, and there's a beautiful message in there to access divinity in a certain way. But you have to find your language. What is your language? And what do belief systems mean to you? And you can have friendships with people that don't totally agree with you. I've got those, but we don't argue about it. There's a difference. Find out what language you speak and what language does divinity use to speak to you through your soul.